love, cooking, laughing, and healing with Rachel O. I am so excited today. We are going to be cooking with my favorite person in the world, my Nana. We are doing Cornish hens, candied yams, and macaroni and cheese. We have our holiday season coming up, so these will be great recipes that's going to help you for your Thanksgiving, for your Friendsgiving, your Christmas, and or just simply cooking a more in-depth meal for your family. So today we're going to be discussing blended families, unconditional love, and relationships overall. So let's go. Alrighty guys, we have my Nana, Miss Dorothy Phillips, honey. Okay, she is spicy, she is exciting, and she can cook. So today we're going to do the Cornish hen, macaroni and cheese, and candy yams. And Nana, you ready?
Yes.
All right. So I don't want to touch this, so you can just tell me what you want to do. And then you can walk me through the steps and we can do it together. You can take that one, I can take this one.
Okay, we can do that. Mm-hmm.
So you go first.
Okay.
So Nana's cutting the tails off this little hen. What's a hen? Is it like
Cornish hen?
So is it chicken?
It's Cornish hen.
But is that chicken? It's a chicken, right?
Well, I call it Cornish hen, so you can call it chicken.
So if it's a hen and it's a chicken, what's the difference? Because then you have roosters and you have what?
And you have ducks.
Okay, now you're gonna be funny. So no, my thing is that you know how they call this looks like a baby chicken to me. So as a baby chicken, I thought chicken was babies.
Well, they babies first, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So a hen is a teenager?
Well, now you're throwing me off guard.
All right, so you're just taking off like what?
Okay, yeah, I was taking off the tail.
Ooh.
Okay. And then we're gonna split it down the middle.
So do I do it with a knife or the scissors?
Well, I always use a knife, so.
Is this big enough? Which one do you want?
Let's try this one.
I got this one too.
Mm-hmm. This one.
All right, I'll follow your lead.
Okay, so we're gonna.
I do not like touching meat. I think I said that before, but we're gonna do it today.
Okay.
Do I have to flip this over?
No, just cut it straight down the middle.
Okay.
And we got one small Cornish hen, and we're gonna make 4 pieces out of it.
Okay. And then to let you guys know, we did soak these Cornish hens overnight in garlic, salt, and water. And Nana was telling me that the salt helps extract the blood. And I don't know what the garlic does outside of flavoring. Is there a specific?
Well, it make it more like what, Cornish?
More Cornish.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Most people with wisdom, typically just have a way of doing things. And when you start asking them questions, you realize like, oh wait, they just cook based on their feelings, not necessarily recipes. So you might get a lot of education here, but you're gonna get mostly experience. That's how you do yours already.
Because
I'm talking about experience,
Because I'm a cook.
I'm learning. Okay, so we're gonna cut more?
No.
Okay.
So we're going to salt and pepper these down. We're gonna put them in the oven.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go with the seasoning salt.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
All right. So that's our seasoning salt. And then we're going with black pepper, ground black pepper. So we are rubbing in your pepper. Rub that in. Like I said, we soaked the Cornish hen overnight, garlic and salt water. So it's already infused with little flavors, so it doesn't take much. And Nana's doing a great job at sharing with me. Usually she just take over. That's a lot. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna add our Cornish hens inside. And this is how you make sure the dishes, I hate doing dishes. So Nana knows that. I like to ensure that there's minimum dishes and put it in straight across, or can we just tuck it in there like that?
We can tuck it in.
And then, our families anyway, you want to just make sure the cleanup is easy. Nana don't necessarily agree with that because she served China every year. Don't come to my house expecting that. You're gonna get paper plates.
Yeah, she believe it, paper plates.
Absolutely. You're gonna get paper plates, paper cups, knives, forks, unless, I'm trying to impress you. Do we add any chicken broth or does it go in just like this?
No, we're gonna put it in like this and we're gonna turn it up high so it'll come to like a little crisp on the top so it'll seal the juice in.
Got it. So we've preheated our oven to 425, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in. Then we're gonna get started on our sides. So now walk me through the steps on how you want me to do this.
We're gonna take the yams and put them in it.
Pretty or just drop it?
Just put them in.
There we go once. Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna add the butter to them.
Oh, butter goes first. Okay. Is 1 stick of butter fine or you need more?
We'll see.
And y'all thought I didn't measure. There.
I don't measure anything. So it might be hard for anybody to follow my recipe because I don't measure nothing.
She cocky. That's what that is.
I'm confident in what I do. That's what I call it.
Get with it. So when us talk about being confident, I would say that's something that I got from you growing up overall is confidence and being sure about who I am. But a lot of people don't know that we're not biologically granddaughter and grandmother. That this is actually godparents. And but it's really, I forget. Do you forget?
I don't even think like that. I feel like you are my flesh and blood granddaughter.
And we will fight you.
And we will fight you.
Hello. Let me tell you something. Anywho, though, with blending the family, I feel like that's one of the purest forms of love because you're choosing each other every single day. You're choosing to be in each other's lives. You're choosing to tolerate one another. And it's been a lot of conversations that came up in regards to like what's unconditional love, or do men really receive unconditional love? So we're gonna get into that conversation soon once Nana's done with this butter, because she concentrating.
I'm concentrating.
So this will be a cup of butter with 2 sticks. All right, what are we doing with the sugar?
Okay, we're gonna put sugar all over.
All of this?
Yes, and probably
some more. That's. Oh, is more?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, this is diabetes, bro. If you have diabetes, do not eat this unless you have taken all of your insulin, metformin, or anything else that you have. Take your Lantus at night. This is a lot of sugar, and we're adding more sugar. We gonna add more sugar. Just take the whole box. Are we gonna stop?
Now look at me. Okay, that's good. Now.
I'm not eating this. No. Okay.
Okay, what we do, we need to cover this so the steam can come through. Because we don't add water or anything to it.
Because the butter, it makes its own water, right? Yams make their own water a little bit? All right, cool. So we're going to cover our yams, and we're going to put this in the oven at 425 as well with the Cornish hen?
Yes.
All right. And the purpose of this is to, you said steam them?
Yeah.
She going to come behind me and correct me.
Make sure it's covered all the way.
All right, so this is going in the oven as well. Do you want to put it on the second rack or move the Cornish hen?
No, you can put it in the second, that's okay.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna get started on our macaroni and cheese. Nana's gonna walk us through her steps. Once again, I make my macaroni and cheese a little different, but hers tastes way better than mine. So let us know, Nana, what you doing?
Okay, cream cheese.
That's 1 cream cheese. Don't ask the measurements, just go buy this from the store.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Thank you in advance. You know what's funny? Last time I said black people put their ovens on 350. Our oven is on 425. We're growing over here.
Okay, and milk.
And how much of this are we doing? Until you tell me to
All of
stop?
it.
Oh, all of it. So this is evaporated milk. Is it evaporated milk?
Yeah.
Yeah, evaporated milk. And Nana is actually just mixing the softened cream cheese. We let it sit out overnight. So she's mixing that together, and then she's gonna walk us through the next steps on how she incorporated it in the actual macaroni, with the macaroni rather.
Get this off.
Right. So, Nana, I got a few questions for you.
Yes.
If you don't mind me asking, how long was your first marriage?
You caught me so off guard.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Don't play with me. No, I'm joking, kinda.
About 12 years.
Oh, I thought you were married for like 2 years.
Oh, no, honey.
Okay, so first marriage was 2 years, and you
12
guys.
years.
12 years. Listen, she will correct me. So 12 years, and you guys had children together?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so they had children together, and Nana divorced him. Tell the people why you divorced this man. Looking at him. Tell him your business, why don't you?
Oh, you want me to tell my business?
Yeah,
huh?
I'm gonna tell some of mine. Kinda. While I mix this, while you give me the tea.
Yeah, he really was a good man in the beginning until he got sick. When he got sick, he went into the hospital. And I don't know what happened. But what made me really divorce him, which I know a lot of women wouldn't have, because he came home from the hospital under custody of his brother. And he got a wife and family at home. Pack up and go right now.
Not the So with that though, like you said, most women would have not left. They would have stayed. So did you feel like, oh, I'm leaving because he doesn't trust me? Or was there no love there and that was like the actualization of it? Or what was like that feeling behind like, oh, I gotta go?
It was just because I was young. He was young too. He wasn't as young as I was.
Nana like I'm old.
Yeah, I do. He was 6 years older than me. But I felt like if you can't trust me in this and I'm running backwards and forward to the hospital and you're going to come home when you got a home to come to and your family, you're going to come home with custody of your brother? No. Because see, I know if you do it one time, you're going to do something else next time. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm not going to allow it.
So you said first time, get out.
Right now.
Listen,
That's what I
need
did.
chances over other stuff. And this lady said you was sick. And on your sick bed, you made the wrong decision. She had to go. And I'm just like, oh my God, you hurt my feelings. Let me give you another chance. Child, I need to reevaluate my life. Anywho, so how long, is this good?
A little more, baby. We're going to blend that little more.
Do I need a whisk?
You don't need that.
Okay. So this is why most aunties have nice arms, because this is a lot of work. Anywho, so after that divorce, how long were you single before you met Papa?
About 3 years.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not a bad time. And you and Papa have no kids together, correct?
No kids.
All right. So, Papa and Nana are my favorite people. Nana know that. If Papa was still here, I don't know. They might be competing for my love. Okay? I'm joking. But you know, he and I had a really, 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 really great bond. And so, you know, how did you navigate that relationship with you having your own children? He has one daughter, right? Mm-hmm. One daughter. How did that work out for you guys?
Great. Because I took her as though she was my very own. And he took my children as though it was his very own. You know.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about.
My children had a good life, I tell you that.
I did too. Let me tell you. No, that's what I'm gonna say. So, was there a conversation like, okay, well, you have your daughter, I have my 5 children. How do we blend this, or was it just like an automatic thing?
Automatic come together.
Well, that's not realistic anymore. So, what would be your advice to people who are coming into relationships and they're more so focused on their partner and they haven't yet found that balance to accept their partner's children, or they're just having a hard time merging that based on other relationships? Like, what would be your advice in that area?
I feel like they really need to come together and really sit down and talk about this thing, because when children involved, we cannot say, well, it's all about you and I. We got to combine this thing together, and that has to be an understanding on that, because you're not going to treat yours no better than mine.
Yours. Yeah.
That part. So
she likes that, by the way. That part.
Oh.
That part. Period. Poo. That part. But yeah, no. and that's what I'm saying. Like, I know a lot of people who had a hard time with like merging their families, and it's really not the parents themselves. It's like the extended family, the child's mother or father or aunts and uncles who have like they've taken a position on why this will be a difficult merge. So for me, in my opinion, I feel like if you're gonna date somebody, number one, with children, the person who may not have children, I think that would be my case. Like, well, that was my case at one point where I dated someone who had a kid. And the biggest thing was there was no effort to balance or prioritize in certain moments. It's like, just have the conversation. Hey, today, this is how I have to navigate. Tomorrow, it may not be the same system. I think sometimes it's not as realistic, because I don't believe that you can have the perfect balance when you're dating, when you're trying to balance your children and this new relationship. I think it's a decision though. Like, if I'm gonna date you, I need to understand, like, hey, you might have to go get your kids at the last minute. Communicate that with me. But I think the person with the children should say, oh, wait, listen, here's how I live my life. I'm gonna make the appropriate time for you. And then if our relationship develops, I think we need to sit down with their mother or their father, us, and we need to come up with a plan to make sure that the kids are okay.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I feel like it's a lot of egos in those moments. Do I still have to keep stirring?
Okay, no, we're going with something else.
Dog, this stuff. I'm like, okay.
This is what cooking is all about.
Jesus. Okay, so we have that incorporated, and now what?
Okay, we're gonna add the macaroni
To the tin?
Mm-hmm.
In here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we've already boiled our noodles. You guys know how to boil noodles. Add salt to your water and al dente. Is it al dente? It's al dente.
Mm-hmm.
Just pour it all in there?
Mm-hmm.
We gonna mess up our clothes.
I'm standing back.
Let me just get dirty. Yeah, I am kind of like a klutz, so I'm a very clumsy person. So this, me getting dirty probably is a part. See, let it fall out. Boom,
Mm-hmm.
boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so we're gonna mix all this together.
All right. So yeah, all right, so Papa didn't have a hard time with merging and taking care of your children, taking care of you taking care of him, and seeing his daughter as your own. So with that relationship, were there any, so here's my thing. I feel like right now on social media, it's a lot of conversations of power couples. It's a lot of conversations in regards to, you know, people giving these examples and having these conversations about consideration, cheating, and all that other stuff. And some things I just don't feel is realistic. So it's like, all right, we don't see your progress to that beautiful moment. We just see that you guys are a cute couple. So I don't really think it's all butterflies and sunshine all the time. So it's like, what would be your advice to people to where when it's not a moment of fun, when you do need to get a better understanding of one another or be a little bit more patient, like, because a lot of people are just jumping ship when it's not social media, you know, approvable. It's like, oh, this is not fun to me no more, or this isn't cute to me.
There's no fun in it like that, you know.
Yeah. So you say no fun in it at all?
No, I'm saying there's no fun in it like that, you know. Everything's never gonna, if you by yourself, don't have anybody, it's not gonna always be fun. Because you can make your own self miserable.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hello. I think that's the thing too. We put a lot of weight on someone to gratify the things that we should work on. And I also feel like when people get super like engulfed with this idea of the perfect relationship, they forget those perfect people or those perfect moments come with trouble, trauma. But it's like, what do you expect? You know, just everybody accepts you and your flaws that you come with, but that person should just be your therapist all the time. I think you should also be a therapist. Mm-hmm. So I think that's been the...
See, first of all, you know, my husband was a workaholic, not an alcoholic, but a workaholic. and a couch potato.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do anything but go to work, come home. Sometimes, we would get together and take the children to amusement parks and stuff like that. He didn't mind doing that. He enjoyed it, But he was not a man talking about running the street with the fellows. He didn't had no friends to run the street with. He left that out of his life. Every man is not going to do that, and we know it. But he was the kind of man that did. But I was the one that ran the streets.
A lot.
A lot.
Cruises, international trips, the casino, people. The casino. You want to go to the casino today?
Yeah, no, I didn't hardly go by myself. He and I would go to the casino
together.
together.
I'm like, but do you want to go today? We got time.
Yeah, we can.
Wait me some money. But yeah, no, but I think like even with, just put 3X, okay? So I feel like even with, that's about to drop in there.
No, you should have cracked your eggs into separate bowls just in case.
I'm a risk taker.
Yes, you are.
Boom. And it's messy, but it's all right. Since we're already at it, I'm going to just keep going ahead and potentially making a mistake because it's about progression, not perfection. In the future, please crack your eggs in a separate bowl because I almost put a shell. But, I probably... Boom. Some risk pay off. You want to start?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like, there's a lot of people who see things differently, which is fine. But I think we also all have this idea that, once you find the person that you want to be with, that it's this fairy tale situation. And then when it's not, we're all kind of like stunned.
No, because we should be prepared in the first place. Everything is not going to be like a fairy tale story, for the rest of your marriage or whatever, or relationship. It's just not going to be that way. I don't care how good the woman is. I don't care how good the man is. There are going to be some flaws now because we're human.
I got a question.
Yeah.
And so one of our producers on the show, we go through this debate at least once a week. What's your take on falling in love and choosing love? Is there a difference?
I feel like, because to be very honest with you, and I am an honest person all the way.
Too honest.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
You don't have to really be in love, long as you can care and respect the person, each other. I think that's the most important thing, and love gonna come. I didn't love my husband when I married him. I didn't love my first husband when I married him. Hey, but that's me. Maybe somebody else might choose differently,
So what you saying is?
It came later.
I thought you had Cartier glasses. I got distracted. Like, are those Cartier? Anyway, I got distracted. So wait, no. So you're saying that you liked your husband?
Oh yeah.
Before you loved them?
Yeah.
And when you chose to marry them, you wasn't necessarily in love, but you had love for them, or was it a strategic move?
Well, no, I felt like I could, because it's a good person, and you with them long enough, you can't do nothing but.
That's it. So that's my question. How long were you with your partners before you guys got married?
With my first son and my second husband.
Pick one.
Okay. Let's put my second husband.
Yeah, how long were you with him before you guys got married?
About 2 years.
And you wasn't in love yet?
No. We had a very, very good relationship.
Was he in love?
I don't know whether he was or not. He said he was, but how do I know?
So that wasn't important to you?
No.
The partnership was important to you?
Yes.
The balance, okay.
Love is not the top of the game. Being treated right is the top to me. And I was treated excellent. Nobody could have treated me any better than he did. So,
There you go, people.
that's the way it goes.
So like for me personally, I don't believe in the concept of falling in love. Because in my head, I mean, you're not paying attention to certain signs. That means you're closing your eyes and you're just walking into walls and stuff. like, oh, I fell into this. This so happened to happen. But I feel like love is a choice. I feel like for me to choose, especially like, let's use our example in a blended family. We don't have to be here. This is a choice every single day. And I don't really annoy you much.
We'll talk about that some other time.
Hello, pick a side. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But we're going to go with the narrative that I don't annoy you much at all. But even in those moments where life wasn't always great, wasn't perfect, it was like we still both showed up. Like, you and Papa are in my life since, day 3? And you guys have never left. So it's like we still was choosing, and we're choosing now. I come over every Saturday or Sunday. We cook together, we laugh together, we gossip, we drink. Because now we're in the space of constantly saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. So I feel like even in relationships, when I start seeing somebody's flaws, I don't believe I'm falling in love. I be like, listen, that's a lot. But I'm choosing to stay here, choosing to give you what you may not even deserve today. But like, and I don't mean with love, I mean like you may not deserve me to be nice. But because I'm choosing to still be here and love you, I'm gonna choose that. I'm gonna still be kind, gracious. I'm also gonna give you space to grow and be. I think that's a choice. I don't think that love is this out of the air kind of thing. I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
No. I think a lot of things you should sort of grow into. Because see, a lot of times people just be infatuated.
Come on with your vocabulary. Infatuated is the word. Okay.
You know.
I got you.
Really?
Yeah.
You can like a person a lot, but that doesn't say that you are in love with them.
So what if you
love,
like oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I think love has to come along as you be together. I don't think it's just, you see a person, you talk to them, oh, I'm so in love with you. Oh, my heart is about to break. No, that ain't for me. I put it
in love with you. That's my song, actually. Sorry.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do,
it's all right
with me.
Hey.
Let me be the. All right. Anyway, we would like to go another way. But yeah, so are you saying pretty much that people who are dating right now, like you have the millennials, everybody else in between, all these new divorcees, do you feel like they should approach this differently? Get to know the person, like the person, and take their time in that. And because I think a lot of people fear like, oh, if I'm not in love with this person, or if I'm not loving this person in a way that individuals describe it to be, or what it should be, now it's like, oh, I shouldn't be in this situation. And like for me, I prefer a friend forever.
Yeah.
And I prefer to love my friend, but ultimately I would prefer to be in a lot of like with you than a lot of love with you. Because for me, you start to take things personally when you're in love, right? You feel like, oh, you can't possibly make that mistake if you love me. But as a friend, I could be like, you know what? You're still human. I'm not gonna take your actions personally because I still give you room to be you while we're growing as a unit together. That's my theory. Yeah. Now, do I want to get butterflies, get excited? Yeah. And I might question if I don't, like.
But it could come later on. It don't have to be 2 weeks after you met.
I got a friend for 2 years. 2 days. She'd be like, I'm getting married tomorrow. But yeah, you know which friend we talking about. She gonna hate me when she see this one. I love you, friend. But what I love about her though is that she owns it. Like, she loves the idea of love. She loves to love. But I think the biggest thing is being so blinded by that idea that she, or a lot of us, miss the bigger picture of, yeah, that person makes me feel good, but can they sustain other things that are also a need of mine? But let's pause and let's get this back right.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we got another aluminum, what is this thing called? Pan.
Okay, where's the seasoning salt? We're gonna put a little seasoning salt in it.
All right, we are seasoning it up. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna put a little seasoning salt in it. Not too much. Okay.
So we have cream cheese so far, evaporated milk, 3 eggs, a box of elbow macaroni. I believe these are like medium size. Are these small?
Small.
Oh, small. Usually Nana uses large.
No, I
What you
usually use small. I use large, but I can't find small.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Let it all work out.
And then the cheese that we're gonna use, we're doing cheddar, white cheddar, mild, or is that sharp?
No.
So mild cheddar, mild white cheddar, mozzarella. So.
So we're gonna layer it.
Are we gonna start with the noodles first?
I'm gonna go in the bottom.
Alrighty. I don't know why I just did that, but whatever. Quite. Let me be the one. That song's in my head now. So this looks like mozzarella. And then we have more cheese. So this is. Maybe that's mozzarella. I don't know.
It doesn't really
It don't matter which one it is. It's cheese.
Put some more.
Which one? Of all of it?
This one.
Pick. But yeah, so overall, with your interaction with, let's go with your second husband for the most part, because that marriage lasted how long before he passed? 34 or 36?
No, it was almost 50 years.
You and Papa were married 50 years almost?
Almost.
Child, clearly I can't count, because I really thought it was like 30 something. How old was Papa when he passed?
75.
Okay.
Like he was 15 years older than me.
Told you she like him old.
Love him old.
Well, no, your current boo is you kind of cougaring it right now. Yeah, so don't you capping like talking about you like him old. You decided to go young now, huh? Look.
Well, you know, I had a friend to tell me, I think you made a great decision than choosing someone that's 10 years younger than you. Because if you should fall, a man 15 years older than you, baby, cannot pick you up. Well, that was a good point there.
Right. She didn't fail. Time or two.
Okay.
All right.
There.
Oh, wow. So was that a strategic move too? So let me tell you guys that story. So I just started liking this guy, and it's been, what, 15 years?
Yeah.
I just started liking him maybe like 2 years ago. And it was, and I'm not really a hard person. It was just difficult for me to be nice. And I'm a nice person. Hello, Rachel. I'm like, oh my God, why is this man talking to me? And I just recently told Nana that I was having a hard time with it because one, I was bamboozled, right? Well, remember, okay, so story is, it's prom season. And, you know, I was playing softball at my high school and whatnot. I hadn't gotten over to Nana's house that time, because it was the top of the year or something like that. And I called just to check on my Nana. Usually we talk, and I've talked to her often. She ain't never said my boyfriend over here or my friend is over here. So I called, this dude answered the phone, and he sounded a little Caucasian. So I was a little thrown off, like, all right, that's not Uncle Kenny, that's not Uncle Cedric. Who is this man? So I said, hello, can I speak to my Nana? Oh, Dorothy isn't feeling well. I've talked to her when she's been traked. What do you mean she's not feeling well? I was like, where is she? Oh, she's sick. She doesn't feel well. I'll have her call you back later. I said, say less. So I asked my mom, you want to get in the car with me? I'm about to go see Nana. I had this Ford, 1999 Ford Contour. It didn't work half the time. So, keep layering it. So, I pull up to Nana's house, right? I knock on the door. This dude answered it. I was taught to be respectful of my elders. So I'm literally standing there like, hello, sir. He was like, hello, how can I help you? He's leaving us at the front door. I'm like, Mom, we about to fight, because who is this? So he's like, oh, come on in. Can you wait right here in the foyer? Excuse me? Who are you? I practically live here. Why are you telling me to wait here? But I'll wait because my mom is giving me that look like, be respectful. So I hear Nana say, yeah, that's my granddaughter. Send her back. And I'm like, what? Who is this guy? So I walk in Nana's room. I'm like, you sick? I was so rude. Oh, I took some medicine and my stomach was a little, you were just nauseous? who's this guy? She's like, he's my friend. I'm like, so you like writing a book? Is he like a publicist? Is he like your chauffeur? What kind of friend is this? He's my friend. And instantly I get pissed. And I'm like, nobody told me about this dude. He answering doors and asking me to wait around at the front. Who, you don't live here. And then come to find out, I guess he did. Nana was shacking.
Girl.
Nana's been shacking, honey. Where's her pastor? Anyway, so I'm like, Nana, who's this guy? And she goes off on me. If it was a problem, blah, 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 blah. And I'm standing there like, all right, cool. So we start to talk about prom because what we do, we just bypass everything. But I'm upset. So we get back to the car and my mom, I was just like, I felt so betrayed. Like, why didn't anybody tell me? And then I just cried. And I cried for 3 months straight. And nothing nobody can do or say. I cried every single day. And come to realization, that was like the final like moment for me, like, oh crap, my papa isn't here. So long story short, the guy, he's nice. He's super helpful. He loves my Nana, but it took me a long time to love him. So Nana had a fall. Yeah, she had her fall. She broke her femur. And the way that he cared for her, it still didn't win me over. So I need to go to therapy. That's bad. So, because I was still like, still don't like you. Thanks for taking care of my Nana. But it was like, 2 years ago, I think I cracked a joke. And he laughed, like gut-wrenching laugh. And I was like, that's what it was. I felt like he was so rigid and such the opposite of Pawpaw. Because me and Pawpaw, we bantered. We did our thing. And this dude was just so like cut and dry. And I'm just like, just go if that's the case. But the way that he's taking care of you, I would say that I'm 100% grateful that he's in your life.
Thank you, Rachel.
Don't be sarcastic. Don't be sarcastic, okay? That is a lot of growth. But with that, this is another life partner that you have that's so good to you. Like, how are you finding these good people?
How am I finding them? They finding me.
Hello. Well, what do you think you've done to attract that kind of energy? What do you think has been your saving grace to get people like that? Because a lot of people they're not coming across this 3 times. You've had 3, I have more cheese, yeah. You've come across 3 different men who wants to take care of you, who don't mind loving your children, your extended family, and
it just happened. I haven't done anything no more. I always do.
So do you think it's like you said, you're a confident person?
I have a lot of confidence, of course.
Yeah, you confident.
You know, it's just all about, hey, bye. If it don't work, bye.
But
look, next.
So in a sense, you're willing to lose people rather than lose yourself.
Oh, definitely. I don't never plan on losing myself, because I can do good by myself.
Hello.
Hey.
What you said, that part.
That part right there.
So do you feel like, because I know you talk highly of your father too, do you feel like your parents instilled something in you?
Yes, indeed.
And what was it that your dad did for you? Like
my dad and my mother, they was the best husband and wife anybody ever want to see. And I saw how my dad treated my mother. He treated my mother like she was a queen. And then I was looking at, I'm looking at all this. I'm young, but I'm looking at all of this.
Yeah.
And when I get a man, he gonna treat me the same way, bye.
Well,
That's
people,
that.
if you're not getting treated the same way, say bye, bye, bye. No, but not being funny, but I think a lot of men and women stay in situations because one, they have that fear of losing someone. But if you're not being served in a way that you need to, not on those superficial stuff, but literally being served or serving someone, because that's what I feel love is. I feel like love is service. I give you, you give me. Mm-hmm. It's a give-give relationship. Right. And I feel like a lot of people will stay put trying to negotiate their worth rather than saying like, hey, this don't work. Thank you though. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the time. But we good. I think people wait around. And I'm one of those people who've waited around like, you gonna lose me? Opposed to saying like, bye.
You know, when you look at the whole big picture, nobody has a lot of time to waste. Now, we're going to go on and we're going to be friends, or what we're going to be, because it don't matter with me which way it goes. And I'm just that kind of girl. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's put this in the oven while you're talking about you just that kind of
I'm
girl.
just that kind of girl.
So, as we're plating and as we're wrapping up, I know we talked about blended families, we talked about relationships, we talked about a lot of things. But the one thing that's trending right now, or was trending for a little while, was Chris Rock's statement saying that only people that receive unconditional love are women, children, and dogs. And the only way that a man can receive love is based on conditions. Do you believe that?
No.
Why?
Because I think men really receive from some women more love than the women receive.
Tell me about it.
Really.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
not from me, but anyway.
Make it very clear. It ain't happening. Okay?
But no, I have seen women. I mean, it's just like I don't care what they catch their husbands doing.
Yeah.
They just love them to death. It's like it's the only man in the world. And I know this for a fact.
I don't know for a fact because I don't do that.
Oh,
But
no.
I do feel like I believe in unconditional love 100%. I don't believe in unconditional tolerance. There's a difference. Someone constantly taking your love or your kindness as a tool to say, well, deal with this because you have these feelings for me. Opposed to saying like, you know what, let me work on this to show that I love you unconditionally as well. And I also want to make sure our dynamic, our friendship, our relationship, our partnership is growing. We're not perfect, but it's progressing. But I think it's a lot of men out here who likes to play that victim role. And granted, they are in a society that works against them. They are in spaces where it's a lot more pressure in some areas than it is for us. In the same respect, though, I do feel as though that it's easy to say that. It's easy to say that if you're a man who is with a woman who is scorned now and she's taking you for everything you got because she's invested. It don't even mean she don't love you. You just pissed her off pretty good. Mm-hmm. That's how I see it. So to talk about Chris Rock's statement, it's like, I just heard he went through a divorce, and I'm not talking about his business, but if it had anything to do with infidelity or not appreciating this woman, it doesn't mean she don't love him or that it wasn't unconditional. She gave him children and everything else. And from his start of his career now, they were married. It could just be that he wasn't kind. See, Will Smith slapped him.
And it could be that they have outgrown each other.
Ooh.
Okay.
So can you be in, or can you love someone and outgrow them? Or do you feel like their love is no longer there if you guys are outgrowing one another? Like, how does that work?
Well, I feel like love, it doesn't mean that you can't outgrow each other. You can still love a person, but you don't love a person and you have to continue being with them. Now, that's the way I see it.
Well, all right. Well, this conversation has been really good. I think it's super insightful. I think it's super, super helpful. And the men, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Because I know I throw a little shade in there in regards to the victim. My brother is going to be triggered. I'm sorry, Ryan. Because he's going to be like, we are not victims. But I will say, I don't mean that from a disrespectful standpoint. But for the most part, there are a lot of people, men in particular, that, because that statement is going around, and a lot of men are, validating that statement. And my question is, do you not feel unconditional love? Or are you dealing with somebody who cannot tolerate your behavior in an unconditional manner? So let us know in the comments. Let us know. Tell me in my DMs if you're a little shy. But Nana, thank you so much for coming on here.
Sure,
I really appreciate you.
Love you.
And so we're gonna plate this. We're gonna taste it. It's gonna be good because she made it pretty much. I just followed instructions. So let's plate the macaroni and cheese, the Cornish hen, and then we're gonna get out of here. Should I just? No, girl, you ain't leaving. What What you talking about? You in this to the end, okay?
Mm.
Let's see. We got a cheese pool.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Got people in the back going, yes. Just hungry. And we're gonna just, like I said, I'm a clumsy person, so I have to do things. It's not gonna make a mess. And you can add some vegetables with this. We're gonna have green beans, but here is our. All right, we're gonna taste this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You excited?
Yes. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Oh, my.
So I like to mix my yams and my macaroni. Nana. Put my hand
I'm gonna eat this. Mm.
You so extra.
Oh.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We might have to sell this. This is a lot of food, but whatever.
You have to bag it and sell it.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all your support. We are so excited to keep growing together. So continue to like, comment, and share. Try this recipe and let us know how it goes. Thank you so much, Nana.
Oh, yes.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye.